fighting your own teammate. Biggie, why you always falling and flopping like a seal? Sis, please go work on your balance. I beg you, cause I'm rooting for you, but my God. And Sky, babes, you can't keep operating like a functional alcoholic or druggie or whatever the hell you want, okay? You gotta stop. I know I'm a little late with my thoughts for this recap, but you know, let's get into it. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you are watching this. Hey! So as you already read the title down below, I'm about to get into episode 4 of Bad vs. Wild. But I know y'all, I am a little behind on this recap. So y'all bear with me and I'm gonna make this a quick one, okay? But before I do, y'all already know what to do. Like this video and show your girl some love. Comment your thoughts because I know you already have them. Hit that notification bell for more Queen That Said Takes. And of course, click that subscribe button and join the Queendom, baby. So the show kicked off with Blueface's performance and it was horrible. Horrid, horrible. Ugh. Like, what was that? And when did he jump on the remix to, you know, that Soap City song? I totally missed that, but I also don't follow Blueface, so, you know, that's that. I don't keep up with what he got going on. He's just not for me. He's not for me personally, so I probably would have missed that, but everybody know, let me see you do a song. I didn't know he was on a remix, and why him out of everybody? But whatever. It just felt like his performance was a drag and he kept hitting his little, you know, Tatiana dance to get the crowd, you know, all hyped and stuff. But it just wasn't enough for me. It was not enough, especially after Santana did what he did last episode. And he was on stage by himself too and he gave energy. He gave energy and Blueface gave nothing. Like, and he been in the game longer. So that says a lot. That says a lot. But whatever. Now see, if I was in the crowd, I ain't gonna hold y'all, I probably would have been doing the little Tatiana dance too, and I probably would have did the little left, right? Let me see you do a TikTok dance. But that's really it. It's not like I would have been really vibing to his performance. And let me also add, I never want to hear anything about the way, you know, the rap girlies perform, because if this is what the dudes are putting out, just leave it on the playground. Just leave it on the playground and don't bring it back home. And leave my girls out of it. Leave the rap girlies out of it. Point blank period. Like, I'm tired of y'all going so hard on the girls and how they perform and what they do. And then this is what the boys are bringing. Like, what? I don't like that. And I'm tired of it. But needless to say, and moving on in the show, we get introduced to Team Bad and Team Wild. So Sky is leading Team Bad and Brittany Renner is leading Team Wild. On brand. Good casting. On brand for both girls. Love it. Not mad at it, not one bit, love it. So it's the battle between BBLs and natural bodies. Why? I don't know. But again, like I said, it's on brand for the two women that is the captains of these teams. And also let me say, I never know none of the other girls that be on the team. And I want to say I feel bad, but I also don't, because maybe I don't need to know them. Like, maybe I'm not their demographic, and that's okay. I'm perfectly fine with it. But I wonder, am I missing anything? Like, where are they coming from? Like, I really do not know who the girlies are. Like, y'all gotta help me, like, to keep up. Like, the shows be interesting, but who are the girls? Who are they? But yeah, so the teams get introduced, and let me say that I was Team Wild. From the moment they stepped on the stage, I was Team Wild, Team Wild, Team Wild. They were lit, and I am always here for, you know, the lit girls, and it showed me that they were ready to have fun. And that damn Sky was so intoxicated, she could barely even remember her team member's name. So I already knew she was going to take us on a, you know, sky high ride, you know, which is on brand for her. Now, even though I was Team Wild and they was lit, I have to call out Biggie. I gotta call her out, because when they was doing their introduction, she was killing me. Like, I watch people and I be seeing how people move, and I was watching Biggie and she think she's so slick, but that girl is so funny. Now, at the end of the day, you gotta respect Biggie for all the antics that she do, but girl, I caught you. I saw you. It's like ever since Biggie was on her first season of Baddies, it's like she's trying to like redeem herself from that. Like she's trying to, you know, become the fan favorite and get as much attention as possible. Like she's just on this redemption tour. And it's just so funny watching because it just comes off so inauthentic, but it's also like, that's just Biggie, if y'all get what I'm saying. But anyways, while Biggie was in a bag and she low-key kept trying to like scoot back every time anybody was introducing themselves, she would scoot back, scoot back, scoot back, so everybody can introduce themselves first and she can be the last person to do her introduction. Like, Biggie, I seen you, I clocked you, you are not slick. Like, she is too funny, and I get what she was trying to do. Like, she was trying to make her moment the last moment, like, you know, say the best for last. She was trying to do that. Like, Biggie, girl, it's okay. Like, you ain't always got to be the center of attention. But also, let me not say that, because one thing about it, I'm always trying to make myself the center of attention, so I'm not going to take that away from you. But still, Biggie. But whatever. Moving on, it was time for them to get into the games. And yeah, I swear I am going to complain about these games every time I see them and every chance I get, because they are just so lackluster. And I hate it because they have so many games from the original Wild 'N Out that they can kind of pull from and get ideas from. And yet they trying to come up with these new games and they're just so bland and they're so boring. And I feel like, you know, the girls can do way more than what they're trying to make them do, especially with the fact that they are all willing to play the games. So why are y'all giving them these lackluster games? Like, put more energy in it, put more thought into it, and then we can get more. Now, granted, a few of the first episodes, you know, they were trying to do a lot of fighting and it was just a mess. But beyond that, the girls are really willing to play the game. So I want these games to be better if they continue on with this show. But anyways, the first game they played was that Shake Something game, which I am tired of because it seemed like they don't play that game in every episode. Like, damn, did y'all not have enough writers or creators to at least switch the games up for each episode? Like, y'all could at least did that. Damn. So when they was playing the Shake Something game, I initially felt like they was cheating for Team Bad, because it was one girl who was moving right in front of Nick Cannon when he said red light, and they did not put her out. And a lot of Team Wild was getting put out. That's why I felt like they were trying to cheat for Team Bad. But Team Wild ended up winning. I felt like Team Bad should have won and not Team Wild. Granted, I'm rooting for Team Wild. Like, I'm Team Wild over here. I don't even care for I don't care for many of them, but I was Team Wild and I was happy they won, even though Team Bad low-key should have won. You know? Okay, moving on. Now, even though I am so tired of this game, I was happy seeing all the girls on both teams actually participating in it and not just standing or watching or just, you know, moving their shoulders. Like, they were all into it and they was shaking it and they was getting down. Child, Brittany Renner was on the floor, Sky was on the floor, baby. They was on Cry Baby, they was doing everything. So I like that and it was fun. But I could tell that the damn game is tiring. Like, you can see it on all their face. Like, after a certain point, you can see on their face that they is tired, which is why I see why a lot of people would tap out, which I kind of guess is the point of the game or whatever. But hell, even Brittany Renner was on the stage saying she was tired, and she works out. Like, if I'm not mistaken, she used to be an athlete or something. So it was crazy that she was saying she was tired, and it just proved how much of a drag this game is. And it just needs, you know, overall a better structure. Like, maybe after the first 3 people get out on each side, the game just need to wrap up, and I don't know, they need to find a way to move forward. But they just can't drag this out and just have them dance for almost 30 minutes. Like, okay, like, we get it. Also, before I move on from talking about this game, I have to talk about how Sky was really on the stage tripping. Like, she was just really going at it. Like, she threw a pillow at Brittany Renner's head because, you know, Brittany was still in the game. And of course, it was an accident. So I'm not really like talking down on Sky, but Sky, what was the reason? Like, why did you even do that? Like, it literally didn't even make sense for her to do it. Like, I do understand why she did it, but also I don't know. Sky was really tripping. Whatever she was on, they need to put out an ad with a description saying, don't try this at home, don't try it at work, just don't try it, because she was really on one. But granted, Sky did apologize to Brittany, and Sky is a nice person. Like, even though she just be on one, she is very nice. So that was expected for her to apologize. So that was good. But I really, really wanted Sky to relax. Like, she was really on one. Also, whatever that security name is, what's his name? Big Anthony, whatever his name is. I feel like he was doing a little too much this episode. Like, I don't know what he was on too. Like, everybody was just on one this episode. At one point of the game, he was like pushing one of the girls when he honestly didn't need to get her off the stage. Let alone just touching her because she was already moving. Like, she was already getting off the stage. So he didn't even need to make his presence known at that point because she was already gone. So what was the reason? Then he was like low-key pushing her. I just personally didn't like that. That's just me, my thoughts, my opinions on that situation. And when y'all see it, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. Like, I caught that. I don't know, Big Ant was really on one. He was really on one and I didn't like it. And it also makes sense now why all the girls be cursing out the security and laying them out and be wanting to fight them. Like, now I get it. Now I see. Cause y'all do too much. Like, don't touch me. What? Don't touch me. Now, moving on to the next game. I think it was called like Pass a D or something. Listen, that game was nasty as cringy as and just unsanitary. I just wanted to get on and just wipe spray all them down with damn Lysol. Like, it was nasty and I'm not talking about it. So next, like, they all were passing the cucumbers to each other with their mouths and ass. No, just no. No. Anyways, the next game was the musical chairs game that they've played on the other episodes before. So nothing really to say about that game. It was straightforward and nothing extra was done. So moving on from that. Oh, wait, no, before I move on from that, another game they need to work on too, because why are y'all putting 6 chairs on the stage and it's almost like 12 girls? That don't even make sense. Like, huh? But whatever. Nothing on this show makes sense. So it's on brand for the game not to make sense. And then finally we get to the last game, and shout out to the girls on this episode for making it to a 4th game. I think this has been the only episode that has, you know, done this many games. So they win for that at least. they won the trophy for the episode with the most games. But to be honest, the games they play are so lackluster and have no depth that the girls run right through them, especially if they are not on the stage fighting and arguing. Like, honestly, I can't stop saying this. We need better games. We do. I don't know who's gonna watch this, who's gonna see this, a producer, executive producer, the writers, the creator of the show. I don't know. But everybody need to tell them, make a better game, make better games, please. Like, why aren't they on the stage doing a rapping game or a comedy game, something? I feel like they are playing it safe with these girls, but I feel like these girls can really put on the show if y'all give them the opportunity and not give them these games that's supposed to entertain the crowd. Like, I don't know what they're supposed to do because it's not entertaining. Like, at some point, it's just like, okay, whatever. It's not funny. It's not really fun. It's damn near not really that entertaining after a while. Like, it's none of the things. So y'all have to really restructure these games and make them better. And I'm not going to stop saying it because if we're going to keep watching, y'all need to do better. Period. So anyways, the last game was the worst of all the games. Like, the cucumber game was terrible and disgusting and nasty. But the last game, this game, horrible, because it was basically them trying to explain to each other which body type is better and why. So is it the surgery bodies or the natural bodies? And the idea of that is just terrible because who the cares? And it's not entertaining or it's not funny. Like, it's not. And I know I sound like a broken record and I may sound repetitive, but it's just not. Now, if they would have said, okay, each team has to make up a rap on the spot on why their body types are better, then I would have been like, okay, I'm seated, I'm sat, and I'm watching, and I'm tuned in. That would have been pretty good. You see how I just came up the dome with that? Y'all gotta do better. But I don't know what the hell this was that they gave us, but we here, so let's talk about it. So on top of the game being terrible, no one even played the game right. No one played the game right. The only person that said something that made some sort of sense was Scotty, but everything else was just a no for me, dog. And then they had the nerves to call a game standing on business. But production and the creative team ain't standing on business with the games. The audacity. Standing on business. So I gotta stand on business and tell you why my body is the best. No, I gotta stand on business and tell you why my BBL the best. okay, we're here watching, I guess. Like, literally, this could have been one of the top episodes if they played better games. But I think the other episodes just having fights during the actual show stood out more than this episode. So this is not a good episode. This just was not a good episode. The girls were good, the teams were good, the games was horrible, so it brings them down a lot. Like, as a whole, it brings them down. This could have been a real good episode, so I really feel bad for them. And granted, I don't even like all the fighting. Like, all the fighting that was happening in the previous episodes, I did not care for that. It did nothing for me. But as far as comparing that to these episodes, it was just more entertaining. This seeing down here pass cucumbers around with their mouth and assholes. Like, I don't want to see that. And I feel like Zeus demographic is more women than anything. So a lot of women, and probably a lot of gay boys too. So if it's that, why we gotta see y'all putting cucumbers in y'all mouth and keep shaking y'all ass? Like, do something else. Like, we tired. Like, we are tired. But anyway, speaking of fighting, y'all know I have to end off this recap with that damn fight with Biggie and Smalls. Biggie Smalls. Corny. So, as y'all know, Smalls apparently had beef with Biggie because Biggie had made a slick little post about Smalls' sister, whose name is also Biggie, or Gabby Biggie. Big Biggie and Biggie. Big Biggie and Gabby Biggie. Child, who knows? All I did was pause the damn TV and shook my head as soon as I seen what the beef was about. Because, let's be oh so for real. Like, are we about to have a fight about a damn name? Like, granted, Big Biggie do be talking, you know, her shit, and she needs to get popped in the mouth most times every now and then. Like, I'm not gonna take that away, because Biggie does. Biggie need to shut up, and shut Biggie up, you gotta pop her in the mouth. But over a name in a 1-year-old post? Like, are we serious? Like, I don't care for the fighting, but if we gonna fight, let's have a little bit of substance, like just an inch of it. Like, we're not gonna fight over a Biggie name in a 1-year-old post. Like, we're not gonna do that. I mean, we did it, they did it, so I guess we are, but still, I'm just confused. I wanna know, are we living like in a black hole or something? Cause what the actual going on? Like, I honestly think it feel like each episode get worse and worse and worse, and I feel like these are all filler episodes until we get Betty's Caribbean, and Betty's Caribbean need to hurry up. Like, I seen they drop the promo, but they need to hurry up because this is a drag. My God. And to be honest, if the beef was really serious as Smalls made it out to be, why didn't her sister step to Biggie in the beginning of the show before the game started to be played? Like, if I really got beef with somebody, it's up immediately, point blank, period. Like, I'm not waiting till no game's over. Like, we fighting. Like, if I really feel some type of way. So, what? And it's crazy because I knew something was off with Smalls because the energy she was giving Biggie on the stage gave, I don't with you, but I'm gonna tolerate you for right now. And Biggie probably was on that stage explaining herself to the girl, only for them to be rumbling and fumbling all on the floor once the show was over. And production is so messy. Production is so messy, but I love it though because they knew it was about to go down. The camera was set up in place and just had the right angles ready, like, to capture it all. So, you know, I was like, okay, y'all was being childish, but okay. But the fight wasn't really nothing. I feel like anybody fighting Biggie is a joke because we all know she can't fight. But also, Biggie be talking so much she's really a hitter like that, and she's not. So it makes sense why people always on her ass, but still, I would not waste a hit, a lick, or spit on Biggie. Spitting is nasty. Let me just say that. Spitting is very disgusting. But y'all was out here putting cucumbers in y'all mouth, so spitting isn't beneath you. I get it. I get it. But even though I am saying all this, Biggie did fight off on Smalls. She really did that. Like, that first hit she gave, it really sounded off. And I was like, ooh, yeah. And it's also like the editing team put a little extra on the sound effect, how it sounded off. So I was like, okay, Biggie with the big hands, big-handed Biggie. If I could be honest though, if Biggie could just keep her balance and stand in the paint when she is fighting, instead of, you know, always running backwards and falling, then she make it handle up and, you know, have some wins under her belt. But she lacks confidence in her hands, which always, you know, make her lose. I don't know. She better start doing what Rolly do and use her weight against people and not always back off. Like she a little girl, like Biggie, you're big, use your weight, girl. Like we talk about Rolly always using her weight, but Rolly be fighting small girls. But Biggie maybe need to take some tactics from them. Everybody say she need to take some lessons from Tasiki. No, maybe Rolly, cause she don't have the hand, she don't have the confidence in her hand. So whatever Tasiki teach her, it's not gonna translate well. But maybe she can use her weight, cause if she use her weight forward, she won't be always falling back. I don't know, that's just my theory. But maybe, just maybe one day she'll handle up and we won't have to keep saying Biggie need to shut up because she can't fight. Maybe, I don't know. I won't put my last dollar on it, but we shall see. Now overall, this episode wasn't that bad. Even though we had to stick through like an hour of cringy games and a lackluster performance from Blueface and just an unnecessary fight, it was alright. I just hope that if they continue to do this show in the future, it just improves big time, because I believe the girls that have been a part of the show can offer way more than what they are being subjected to. I don't know, that's just my thoughts. But enough of my rambling. I want to hear from you all. So like this video and show your girl some love. Sound off in the comments with your thoughts and let me know how y'all felt about this episode. I know the recap late, but bear with me, okay? Hit the notification bell so you can get more of Queen They Said Takes. And last but certainly not least, subscribe and join the Queen, baby. Bye.